X4 Foundation is finally getting an existential crisis. And part of the reason why they do that is this video. I'm not kidding you. I think Egosoft listened finally to what the community wants, because Bernd Lehand just said in the latest X vlog that they are bringing an existential crisis, an optional existential crisis onto X4. Let's hear what he got to say about that.
Another feature that I don't think I can show yet, but I mentioned before, the existential crisis thing. That's supposed to be a bit of a challenge for endgame players, and it's also going to be in there.
That leads, of course, to a very important question. How can an existential crisis look like? And I have 3 different ways how it could look like at the moment, starting from the least possible going until the absolutely most possible. In my opinion, the least possible option would be a full-out faction war. So not only the skirmishes that we got around the borders, but a full-fledged, full breakout of a war between every single faction where everyone dislikes the other and they're just going ham on everyone. Why is this the least possible option? Well, because maybe the economy of X4 is dependent on the interracial trade that is going on with these races. So Taladi providing everyone with stuff, building for whoever, and Argon and Hatikva are trading, and so on and so on. Everyone is trading. I think that will be a huge downside for a full-out faction war, because every single faction itself will have some struggle to prepare for that. So this would be not a immediate massive start, but that would lead up to increasing production and then also increasing ship production and an increased amount of ships that are flying around in these sectors. The second one, which I think is the middle possible option, just because I think we're missing the means for that at the moment, which means the faction that would attack does not have the right ships for attacking. And I'm talking about a Kha'ak infestation. A Kha'ak infestation would not work because we just simply have those small pyramids and those larger pyramid clusters, which are still just M-class. So a Kha'ak infestation would somehow work, but only in numbers. We would need, and that is a very nice forecast, we would need bigger, better Kha'ak ships that are able to attack bigger stations, that are able to attack carriers, that are just more capable. So that would lead to 1, bigger ships, 2, different weapons for those ships. So that's the middle possible thing that could happen, just because they would need like more production or more development to build that up. So what would be the absolute most doable option in this regard? Of course, a complete Xenon attack. We have Xenon Ice, we have Xenon Case, we have like all the smaller ones which are just annoying. So the Xenon are already prepared with their ship types and their weapons to do a full-out attack. Why are they not doing that at the moment? Well, because they're, 1, held back by Egosoft, because they do not go out in extreme numbers, and 2, they are limited with their economical build up, so they're not producing as much. They're just producing small numbers, and then they're attacking and harassing, and occasionally getting a sector here, occasionally getting a sector there. That's what they do. But if you would flip the switch and you would give the Xenon like no restraints anymore, and you're like, okay, you know what, go full ham, get all the resources, put them into shipbuilding, and then go in numbers. Like do fire groups, do these one I, 3Ks, numerous PMN ships at the same time, but at different locations at the same time. Or even increase those numbers, make it 2 Is, make it 6K. You have like, it's all there. It's just a little bit of, I would say, balancing I want to make it a real threat, or I want to completely overwhelm the player. So that is basically up to Egosoft on how they want to balance those small things so that the Xenon can actually do this kind of attack. What do you think would be a good option for a existential crisis? Is it really the Xenon? Maybe we're getting new ships for the Kha'ak, or maybe the full-fledged war, or even something that I didn't even came up with. Tell me in the comments, because I really want to know what you think could be possible, and that would be great. If you want to know more about the patch and the DLC, I also have a video about the upcoming DLC where we talk about what could be the next thing, and that video you can find right here. So watch that if you want to. And otherwise, see us in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.